Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. John Owen talks about sports and movies. Thank you for checking out today's video. I always appreciate the support. Let's get into it. So today we will watch the Rams take on the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Matt Stafford versus Joe Burrow, Jalen Ramsey versus Jamar Chase, all that good stuff. So today I'm going to provide you guys with a Super Bowl 56 preview, talking about kind of the paths each team took, the keys to the game, and ultimately who I think is going to win. So with all that being said, make sure you guys leave your predictions in the comments below. Who do you guys think is going to go out on top today? Who's taking home the trophy in this battle in Los Angeles? And with all that being said, let's get into it. So the first team we're going to talk about is the AFC champ Bengals. So powered by high power offense, powered by Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Joe Mixon. With the solid defense led by elite safety Jesse Bates and two good pass rushers in Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson. The Bengals were able to win a very tough AFC North division at a record of, I think they were 11-5 or 12-5 rather, excuse me, adjusting to the 17 game seasons. We got all the epic Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase cigar pictures, stuff like that. And then once they made it into the playoffs as a 3 seed, or I think they were the 3 or 4 seed, I don't quite remember. They were able to beat the Raiders in a very, very close game where they picked off Derek Carr as he was leading the Raiders down for a potential game-tying drive. And then they beat the number 1 seed Titans on a last-minute field goal by Evan McPherson. And then they were able to defeat the Chiefs 27-24 in Arrowhead after trailing by 18, forcing the game to go overtime, and ultimately winning it in overtime after Patrick Mahomes threw a pick. And Joe Burrow drove just down a few more yards, and Evan McPherson kicked another game-winning field goal. And now for our NFC champs, the Rams. So after acquiring Matthew Stafford a little over a year ago today, their high-powered offense, or their already really good offense with Jared Goff, completely took off. Matt Stafford had a great year. Cooper Kupp won the Triple Crown and Offensive Player of the Year, leading the league in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. They have great weapons like Tyler Higbee, a great run game powered by Sony Michel, Cam Akers, among others. And in the midseason addition of Odell Beckham Jr. really, really elevated their offense. And then you've got solid contributions from Van Jefferson as well. And then the Rams' defense is elite at all 3 levels, especially on the defensive front. Between Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and Leonard Floyd, and Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams in the secondary, they've got a very, very, very good defense, and overall, just a top to bottom, very, very talented team. The Rams were able to win an even tougher NFC West with 3 teams making the playoffs out of that division, the 49ers and the Cardinals as well. In the wildcard game, they beat their divisional rivals, the Cardinals, in a dominating fashion. They were able to completely shut down Kyler Murray and the Cardinals' offense just in general. Cooper Kupp had over 100 yards. In the divisional round, they were able to go to Tampa. They almost blew a 27-3 lead, but Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp absolutely turned up on the last drive. Matthew Stafford hit Cooper Kupp for over 2 20-plus yard receptions, including a beautiful 40-yard-plus post route. And then Matt Gay was able to kick a game winner. And then in the NFC Championship game, they played their division rivals, the 49ers, who they have typically struggled with over the past few years, but they were able to exercise those demons and win 2017 after being down 17-10 or 17-7 and win the NFC Championship game to earn a right to the Super Bowl. So let's get into some keys to the game. I think the first thing I want to talk about is how the Bengals are going to attack the Rams secondary. I'm very interested to see how they're going to try to cover Cooper Kupp. Normally, Cooper Kupp kind of plays out the slot, so it's really hard to bracket him and stuff like that. Excuse me. So it's really interesting to see how Jesse Bates and the rest of the Bengals secondary is going to attack him, Odell, Tyler Higbee, Van Jefferson. I think what will be able to alleviate some of that pressure on the secondary is if the defensive line can create a lot of pressure themselves on Matthew Stafford when he drops back. Sam Hubbard, who's doing it for Harambe, and Trey Hendrickson are really, really going to have to step up their game and play really, really well today to kind of help the secondary slow down this elite passing game. I think a big key for the Rams defensively is how they're going to cover the Bengals' weapons. The Bengals have 3 really, really good weapons in Jamar Chase, who set every rookie receiving record this year. T. Higgins, who is a great second option, and Tyler Warren, who is also a great option as well, along with CJ Uzukama. I don't really know that's how you say his last name. They're tight end. Um, They've got Jalen Ramsey, of course, who's the best corner in the league, and Darius Williams, who's also very solid. So I don't know if they're going to try to double Jamar, leave Darius Williams on an island, or leave Jalen Ramsey on an island with Jamar Chase. I think that's all very interesting. Honestly, I would probably just try to go one on one with Jamar Chase all all night, unless Jamar really starts being Jalen. But Jalen's just as physical as Jamar is, and so I really think that's a great matchup, and I'm super excited for that. So in that way, they can focus their attentions on T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd equally as well. Oh my gosh, I apologize for keep yawning, but that's all right. But then the biggest number one key in this game is the Bengals offensive line versus the Rams front. Joe Burrow was able to withstand constant pressure over these three playoff games, including the Titans getting 9 sacks on him. I don't expect the Rams to get 9, but the Rams front is significantly better, in my personal opinion, than the Titans. And so, when you have Aaron Donald, who's probably a top 3 defensive player of all time, right up there with Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White, Von Miller, who's been a great pickup, and Leonard Floyd, along with Chris Gaines. That's a great defensive front, especially if the Bengals get behind on downs and they get in an obvious passing situation, and Leonard Floyd and Von Miller and Aaron Donald could just pin their ears back and just absolutely rush the passer. I think the Bengals are gonna have a really hard time protecting Joe Burrow. So they're either got to go quick game or screens or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna try to mitigate that, but if the offensive line can hold up, I really think that increases the Bengals' chances to win by a significant margin. Obviously, clearly, but in a game like this where it is so vital to pass protect versus such an elite front, I think that's really going to be the most important key to this game. So who do I think is going to win? Despite my absolute love for Joe Burrow, I will be rooting for the Bengals. I really just think the Rams are just overall a better team, and they match up very well with the Bengals, especially when it comes to the front. I really do think the defensive line of the Rams is going to be the X factor, the factor that puts the Rams over the Bengals. But I do think it's going to be a very close game, and I do think the Rams are going to claim a Super Bowl title 28-24 in Los Angeles after tonight's game. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I always appreciate the support. Make sure you guys check out all the link content. Make sure to leave your thoughts on the game down below, who you're going for versus who you're actually picking. Make sure to let me know. And you guys have a great day and enjoy the game.